Today we got kind of a project we're doing. We were working on scrapes. I was in the tractor today, Ted and Hay, and I was listening to the Hunter podcast, and Josh Bowmar was on there, and they were talking about scrapes, and it just got my head turning. I was like, bro, I need to get some scrapes out this year, and I need to do them right. I tried to scrape last year with this hemp rope, and I didn't do it right. That's what definitely happened. I just didn't do it right. But we're trying it the Josh Bowmar way. This time we have got the weed eater, so we are going to mow this thing down to bare soil. We are going to loosen it up with the rake here. We're going to get it nice and powdery. We have got water, so we're going to get this thing super moist so that the scent can hold into it. And then I've got some high voltage scents from the Ridgeline guys, huntingplots.com. There's some pre-orbital scents that we are going to put on the hemp rope and on the scrape itself. Also going to change all of our camera cards and check batteries while we're at it too. So I got one over here overlooking the corner of the plot. We're going to move it over and kind of get it set up over the scrape, and then we're going to check all the other cameras. We're going to set up other scrapes as well, as many cameras as we have scrapes. Wait, English. We're going to do as many scrapes as we have cameras. Hope is that we can get some hot scrapes going, and then we can focus in on those and hunt those this year. I can't remember who I heard it from, but I heard from somewhere that you want to make your scrapes big so that literally when deer are cruising, they can see that big old scrape. So we made this thing big. I've made small scrapes before thinking that, oh, a nice little small scrape will do good. They never end up doing anything good. So we made this one nice and big. Now we're going to take the rake. We're going to scuff this up. We're going to turn this dirt to powder the best we can. It's already a lot of moisture in it because we're down here in a creek bottom and we've had this food plot in here. It really holds moisture in. So this scrape will probably naturally hold scent pretty well just because it's shaded and there's more moisture down here in general. Nonetheless, we're going to get this thing turned to powder. We're going to put water on it. We're even going to dip that hemp rope in water, try to get that thing soaking. I think this is going to be a pretty hot scrape. That's a scrape if I've ever seen one. This area is quickly evolving into a super hot spot for deer. So we've got this super heavy conglomeration of browse and cover. Got the scrape, heavy woods over there. This is all kind of that transition area. And the Brassicas we literally just planted a couple days ago is coming up super nice. And it's coming up fast. Kind of turn it into more of a mud pit than I did moisture. I'm going to use this potent buck here. It's a pre-orbital scent, all natural multi-buck pre-orbital scent lure. And then I'm debating also maybe putting some pre-orbital doe on there, because if this is kind of considered a community scrape here where there's lots of doe and bucks moving through, I kind of want to maybe put some of this on to simulate we've got bucks and does hitting this all at the same time. I don't know if that's right or not. You let me know. I've also got this other one. It's called Communicate. It says complete scrape with sex gland pheromones, doe and heat urine, dominant buck urine. I'm kind of thinking this is maybe one I should wait till, you know, maybe closer to the rut when doe are actually coming into heat. Save that for then. Right now, just use these pre-orbital lures. This tree should be suitable for this camera, about 30 feet away from the scrape over there. It's kind of far enough away. I don't want to spook anything. If we get a good mature buck coming in, I don't want that camera right there on top of him. So I just put it here kind of a little bit away from him. We should be able to get pictures there. And because it's farther back, we'll have a little bit wider field of view of kind of anything moving through here. I pulled this cell cam off the fence post that was way down there at the corner of the field. The reason I did that is because every night there's a doe and a little 5-point that comes out and overuses my photo limit on this camera. And I'm tired of, 2 weeks into the month reaching my limit and then I don't get any pictures sent to my phone. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to move it to this hedgerow where I planted the redneck mix from Ridgeline Seeds. So this is a pretty thick mix. It's a very diverse mix. It's a soil building mix. We'll get down in here and look, tons and tons of clover. We've got rye and triticale and whatever this is, and there's vetch and soybeans and peas and corn and milo, and I'm running out of, there's so much stuff in here. I think there's like 20 different varieties of seed in here. Like I said, it's a good soil builder, but it's also a very diverse food source for deer and lots of other wildlife. Now this mix is supposed to get super tall. Problem is, as you can see, this tree line here, it shades it. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon, 4 o'clock, and this whole hedgerow is now shaded. So that's why it doesn't get super tall, super thick. My hope is long term though, that eventually if this stays here, the deer will figure out that, hey, there is this thick food cover up here in this hedgerow and they can kind of find some shelter in here. When in doubt, just tie a branch to a tree with weed whacker string. You get the idea of how to make a scrape. I'm gonna do a couple more and we'll check back in a minute. So I've done 3 more scrapes since that last scrape We did one right over there where there's already an existing camera. So I decided to put a scrape over down there as well, and right here, and then by the existing camera over there. So we've got this scrape line of 3 scrapes, and we've got my tree stand right there, that lock on right there. And so we're gonna see what these cameras are doing, if these bucks are hitting these scrapes, and if they are, then we know that, hey, this is actually a spot that we could hunt at a certain time with the certain proper conditions. We might be able to catch one of these big bucks hitting and refreshing their scrapes. All of these scrapes are big scrapes. We made them nice and big, nice fluffy soil, and we put all of the preorbital scents on all of them. We're gonna try this out. We're gonna see how it works. So I'm trying to use these scrapes as another tool in my arsenal to try to get a good buck this year. Again, we've got the food plot down there, which is another one. We've got the tree line up there with open area. It could be a shotgun stand up there. We've got multiple tools. That's the goal. I don't want to just put all my eggs in one basket. I want to try to spread out that risk and try to have multiple lures, multiple fishing lures to try to catch this big fish. The big fish being dumpster fire.